wonderful to be here with this incredibly celebrated group of women talking about how we further the goal we all have here of getting women to the top and being in the top, as they all are, very much women at the top. And, of course, it was extremely moving to listen to Secretary Clinton. What a stirring speech she made. I actually think 25 years from now, people will look back on that speech, the participation age, and see it as a really seminal address, very much like she did in Beijing 18 years ago. It was a very, very powerful call to action, I felt. I'm sure you all felt so too. Absolutely. Now, how do we get to that participation age that she spoke of so eloquently? How do we, in fact, move now full blast and accelerate, not just to talking about these things, but to getting women fully participating in the economies of all the countries in the world and lift those boats, which is what this whole APEC discussion is about. And I have a remarkable group here to talk about it with us. Sitting next to me, on my right, is Cherie Blair, who barely needs, of course, any introduction. She's a very distinguished lawyer. She's also happens to be, she's a great progressive force in the UK and elsewhere. And she's, of course, also the activist wife of our former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair, and the founder of the Cherie Blair Foundation for Women, which helps women entrepreneurs in developing economies and empowers them through technology. Welcome to Cherie. Next is Sue Fleischman, Executive Vice President at Warner Brothers Entertainment, where she heads worldwide corporate communications and public affairs. Sue is committed not only to the advancement of women within her own corporation, but has recently been asked to join the State Department's new International Council on Women's Business Leadership to help women. Welcome to Sue. Next to her, another very successful business innovator, Romi Haan. Romi was formerly just a Korean housewife and mother facing a common problem, how to clean her home with less effort and fewer chemicals. But she took that problem and its solution right to the bank by developing not only a greener way to clean floors, but by building the multi-million-dollar Haan Corporation in the process. Yeah. Her company is an industry leader in steam cleaning. Blanca Trevino, where are you, Blanca? Hi, Blanca, is the president and CEO of Softec, a global IT solutions provider with 6,000 associates worldwide. Not only has she helped put Mexico on the map as a stronghold for information technology, but she's established her company as a key leader throughout Latin America in its field, with a fierce commitment to improving the role of women. And finally, Eileen Lang, President and CEO of Catalyst, the leading research and advisory organization working to change workplaces around the world for women. An amazing group of leaders here, all of you. So, Romi, let's start with you, because you really are the embodiment of what Secretary Clinton was talking about today. I mean, here you are, a woman who literally got women in South Korea up off the kitchen floor, with your steam technology. You just got them right up. And you did it, from nothing. So I'd love to know, how did you get access to that capital in the first place? And what sort of, difficulties did you face as you were building this behemoth of a company?
Do we have 24 hours? Well, Korea has Koreans live on hard floor, heated floor, where we have to clean every day. We have to be on our hands and knees because we're barefooted. We eat off the floor, we sleep on the floor, we play on the floor, we pretty much live on the floor. And, my husband at the time, when I first got married, he's a very supportive, unusual Korean husband, but still, he could do dishes and everything else except for kneeling on, his knees. He would proclaim that men are physically designed to be incapable of kneeling, and cleaning the floor. So, of course, I had to do all that. And I would try different mops, but it'll never clean as well as your hands. So I would end up, being on my hands and knees and all over again. So I, came up with this idea of cleaning the floor with steam, because steam, hot water at least, cleans much better, it's more hygienic. So when I first came up with the idea, I thought it would be, this is an era of rocket science. Would it be, the problem to develop this steam cleaner? It's a simple idea. So I indulged myself, and I thought it would take just a little bit of money, and 6 months that's what I was told that it would take. It became adventure that you could never imagine. I spent all the money that I mortgaged off of my house, and I found this government fund that sponsored businesses. And when I applied for it, somebody came to evaluate the business. And the first thing, as soon as he put down his briefcase, the first thing he said, "What kind of business did your husband bankrupt that you have to front this business?" So, I mean, pretty much was flat out saying that I was lying, that my husband was in the back of the business, and I was fronting his business. Of course, what kind of grade he would have given, of course I didn't make it. So I had to go through all kinds of problems to sustain my business. But most of all, I mean, because it was a new concept, it was very difficult to develop the product. But even after I developed the product, it was even more difficult to sell the product, to find the distribution. So I would go to sell this product to a buyer, merchandiser, and most, at the time, 10 years ago, most of the buyers, even women's lingerie, were like men buyers. He would never understand why we would need steam cleaners, right? So he would go, "Why do we need steam cleaners? We have vacuum cleaners." So I say, "Oh, you have sweeping and mopping. You sweep with your vacuum, you mop with your steam cleaner, right?" And after I go through all the presentation, after half hour, he'll go, "By the way, why would you buy steam cleaner when you have vacuum cleaners?" So, I mean, I had to, on every occasion I had to tell the policymakers or decision makers to have women, at least 50% of consumers are women, and especially for products like, women-catered products, at least, 70–80% of products or consumers are women, and yet all we have is, men making decisions. And
well, listen, that's an incredible story. I mean, it also, I have to say, what it also shows is your stunning self-confidence that you